welcome to the video. Today we are down here in South Texas trying to get this snowmobile fired up, ride on the beautiful conditions we have here. If y'all know what you're talking about here, this is a 1995 wedge chassis Polaris XLT 600 RMK Big Daddy. She's got the long track for the year. She's a beauty and she ain't running worth a damn. So we're gonna try to get her fired up here, make a few pulls on her. Probably some old gas sitting in them carbs. She needs to be cleaned out, needs to be tuned up and whatnot, going over. So we'll give her a go, get this old girl going. Anticipation, kill switch on. Fluids look good, yep. Perfect, choke on. Let's get fluid tuggies. Full choke. Nothing. All right, what I'm gonna do first right now, make this thing pretty damn easy, is reconnect this fuel pump to an alternative source of fuel. That's the line coming from the tank. So if we disconnect that and pour fuel directly into either this hose here, and that would feed the fuel pump, going out to 3 lines, each to one of them Makuni carburetors feeding here. Some people would prefer in this case just to pull the spark plugs. I think that's actually slightly a bit more work. Take each plug out, retighten them up, everything else. Then I think it's a little easier to pull off this line and just dump fuel down there. That way we can go straight into the fuel pump and determine if that's working as well. And then if we know it's fires up after getting fuel here and we can see the fuel going down, probably means it's not getting enough fuel pumping up from the tank. Could be a drag line issue, could be a clogged line, something like that. Let's give her a whirl. I like to take one of these little 2-stroke mix bottles, get them anywhere. Fits it great in that 1/4 inch line. Fire that up here. This is the line I just pulled off the filter. Goes straight into the fuel pump. And when I fill this son of a bee up, I'll be able to see if the fuel's going down in it. And that'll determine whether she actually is getting fuel into them bowls or going past the pump. Let's give her a whirl. Right now she's not really dropping into that, not flowing down. What I find sometimes helps, pulling it through, getting that pump to activate off that pulse line. Let's see if it makes a difference and goes down. You can see some air bubbles coming up, so it is trying to pump through at least. It is dropping slightly. More air bubbles coming up, so some's going into the carbs at least. Just getting a bit of fuel. Give it a few good pulls, see if she goes down. Toggle that fuel switch. That's the on-off switch to the fuel come from the tank. See if that makes any damn difference. Switch it back. Nothing. And the fuel's not dropping anymore, meaning she ain't filling up those carb. Well, if she ain't drinking, she ain't stinking, boy. Meaning she's not gonna get them fuel. She's not gonna fire it out the back end. So right now we're also gonna pull out a spark plug since I couldn't get her to work like that. Let's see if we do have spark on this son of a beep and see if she is actually, it's a kill switch or ignition problem as well. Let's pull out one of them plugs. Ooh, she ain't NGK, she ain't NGK. I don't even know what that means. Looks like she is getting wet. She's getting wetter than on prom night, so must not be getting any spark. Let's give her a pull with this thing, son of a bitch. Well, if I can't tell on video, she is getting a little spark. So we're gonna check the other ones, reconnect them, give her a little fire. There was one ignition wire that was loosely connected, so that's probably making a bit of a big damn difference here. Give her another cranky doodle with that spark plug reconnected, torque to spec with the old ham rest. See if she wants to fire now. She hasn't ran in about 6, 7, 8 months. So definitely some old gas in there. Definitely been sitting a long time. Let's see if she's got enough juice left in her. Damn you, girl. Let's pull another couple plugs. All right, we got all plugs out of her now. They actually are wetter than a baby's diaper there. So they definitely are getting some fuel. Probably old gas problem, could be flooding. The needle and valves sticking, letting too much fuel through so she can't fire up. But if we just air out the old cylinders here, I'm not sure if y'all know that bit of a trick. Pulling it through once something's flooded, take all your spark plugs out, hold the throttle wide open, pull it over about 10 times or so. Gets a lot of that fuel out of that cylinder, dries it out a little bit, allows the spark plugs to dry out too. Give them a wipe with a tampon. Tampon, you can understand what I'm saying. Dry out them plugs. And then we'll give her another fire, because all 3 of these Hoors are getting some spark. So she's got fire in her, just a matter of when. Not sure if you're gonna be able to see the spark there. 2 of them plugs are out of it right now, and they are both sparking to my eye. Y'all might be able to see something different there on camera. I'm not sure. It's not dark enough yet. The plugs are just sitting out of the hole on the top there, so they can at least get a ground. And they are both arcing across them NGK plugs. Should have fire soon. All right, how many pulls do you all think right now? How many do you think it's 1 or 100? Might have to get out the old blowtorch, clean out them holes a bit more, let out the old gas. Let's give her a whirl. No, go. Check this son of a bitch out here right now, y'all. I took all 3 spark plugs out. All 3 do have spark, but they're all wet, so they're just flooding out. Probably sitting too long in the needle in the seat, or if you know what that is, it's just leaking. So I already did a little spark test, and I burned up some of the fuel from the cylinders. It did ignite, meaning there is fuel in there, and all the plugs are wet. This is a little trick some of the OG vets do, even though this is a barbecue lighter. Most of the time works better with a propane torch or something to really get the plugs nice and hot. Can make it easier to fire up. Gets that fuel a little bit hotter inside that cylinder by heating up that plug, and burns off any fuel that might be on the end of that plug. Give that a whirl. If your doohickey ain't working for you, I highly recommend it. It worked for me many times. It's kind of almost like heating up the carburetor. Give her a go. Cool. Let her eat.